You won't believe it. A very private act. A habit you've been doing for years. Now, after 50. It could be the culprit that's silently harming your health. You might be thinking that everyone does it. As long as it doesn't hurt anyone, it's fine. But the truth is, your body doesn't respond the same way after 50. And if you continue your self-care habits without understanding what's going on, the consequences can be surprising, both physically and mentally. Hello. I didn't make this video to judge. And certainly not to make you feel guilty. I'm sharing because many older people are silently experiencing health symptoms, but never think the cause could be excessive masturbation. So today, we're going to be honest, but gentle and direct. Before we get started, I invite you to leave a comment below. What do you think about masturbation in middle age? Have you ever wondered if it's affecting your health? Now that we understand why we need to take a serious look at the physiological release behavior after the age of 50, now it's time for us to return to a fundamental question. Physiological release in old age, what is it really? Many people, when hearing this phrase, still feel embarrassed. Some even avoid it, thinking that this is something that should not be discussed. But the truth is, this is a completely natural physiological behavior. When a person stimulates his/her own body to achieve pleasure, to relax, to release energy, and to rebalance the mind, it is not bad, not deviant, and certainly not worth judging. In fact, modern medical research has shown that physiological release, if done correctly and in moderation, can bring many health benefits. However, at the age of 60 and above, many people choose to skip it or stop altogether. Why? There are three main reasons. First, physical health has weakened. Weaker heart, unstable blood pressure. The body gets tired easily, making many people afraid to release. Second, feeling ashamed. Afraid of social prejudice. Afraid of being judged as indecent. Third, no one to share with. No space to ask. So, silently endure. But you should know that physiological release, if done correctly, can help you regulate hormones, sleep better, reduce anxiety, prevent weakness, stress, and maintain connection with your own body. This is not just for young people. It is the right of all ages. So, let's put aside our shyness. Let's look at this in a gentle, scientific, and humane way. When they turn 50, many people, out of shyness or fear of prejudice, have completely stopped releasing their physiology. Some people think that this is preservation. Others worry that their health is no longer suitable. But what few people know is, completely ignoring this need for a long time can bring many health consequences. In terms of hormones, when you are no longer stimulated or have regular orgasms, the body, especially in men, will gradually reduce the production of the hormone testosterone. According to a study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, 2012, decreased sexual activity in middle-aged people is clearly linked to a decrease in circulating testosterone, causing a series of consequences such as loss of desire, decreased vitality, decreased muscle density, sleep disorders, increased risk of depression. Not only that, the loss of endorphin release, a happy hormone produced after orgasm, also greatly affects the spirit. A study from Harvard Health Publishing 2020 showed that not reaching orgasm for a long time can reduce the serotonin and endorphin threshold, making the body susceptible to mild depression, anxiety, and lack of motivation. Regarding sleep, many older people say they sleep better when they have gentle relaxation activities in the evening. This is not just a personal feeling. It is confirmed by a study from the Oxford Sleep Center, 2019, which shows that natural pleasure helps activate the brain region related to relaxation. increasing alpha waves, thereby helping to sleep deeper and waking up less in the middle of the night. In terms of men's health, not ejaculating regularly can also cause prostate fluid retention. According to the American Urological Association, not releasing prostate fluid for a long time can increase the risk of chronic prostatitis, and in some cases, cause prostate enlargement or cancer if not properly controlled. In terms of neurological function, many people think that physiological release is only related to instinctive needs, but science has shown that pleasure, when reaching a certain level, will help activate the prefrontal region of the brain, which is related to reflexes and memory. When this behavior is completely eliminated, the brain is no longer trained naturally, leading to slow reflexes and reduced short-term memory, especially in people over 60 years old. All of the above are not rumors, nor speculation. These are medical warnings with clear scientific basis. So, instead of completely ignoring natural needs, what we need is to understand correctly and adjust appropriately for our age. We have just learned together the silent effects of completely ignoring physiological needs in old age. But from another perspective, modern science also shows that reasonable and proper physiological release, in fact, brings many important benefits to middle-aged and elderly people. Many people think that after the age of 50, especially when entering 60, 70, physiological release should stop because it is not necessary anymore. But the truth is different. According to many doctors and psychologists, maintaining a gentle frequency, suitable for health, not only does not cause harm, but also brings many positive benefits to the elderly, both physically, mentally, and spiritually. Masturbation helps improve blood circulation throughout the body. Each time physiological release is a time when blood is pumped to important organs, especially the pelvic area, heart, and brain. This process helps dilate blood vessels slightly, making blood circulation more flexible and stable. A study by Harvard Medical School, 2014 said, men and women aged 55 to 70 who still maintain light sexual activity have a 20% lower risk of stroke, and are less likely to have cold hands and feet than the inactive group. An endocrinologist even said, this is a form of gentle exercise for the cardiovascular system, similar to slow walking. It also helps reduce stress, stabilize mood, and prevent anxiety. When reaching orgasm, even at a mild level, the brain will secrete a series of good hormones such as endorphins, dopamine, and oxytocin. These are happy hormones that help you feel relaxed, less anxious, lightheaded, and more comfortable in your mind. According to the American Psychological Association Journal, older adults who engage in regular relaxation activities 1 to 2 times/week reduce the risk of mild depression by 31% and feel happier and more positive in social relationships. Moreover, masturbation also helps improve sleep quality, deeper and more even. In the elderly, sleep is often disturbed. Difficulty falling asleep, waking up easily in the middle of the night, or having chaotic dreams. However, physiological relaxation before bed, if done gently and comfortably, will help the body release stress and stimulate the secretion of melatonin, a hormone that regulates the sleep cycle. Research from the National Sleep Foundation, 2020, shows that 94% of older adults surveyed felt that they slept easier and better after performing moderate physiological relaxation in the evening. Physiological release brings a sense of autonomy, connection with the body, increased self-confidence. As you get older, many people feel that their bodies are not what they used to be. From there, a feeling of distance from themselves, loss of connection, loss of confidence appears. Maintaining a healthy release habit helps older people appreciate and accept their bodies more, regardless of appearance, age, or pathology. According to a survey in Japan in 2021, people who maintain body communication with themselves have a 25% higher self-satisfaction index and quality of life. compared to the group that no longer has physiological behavior at all, and especially helps enhance memory and mental clarity. Many people do not know that our brains work more flexibly after being lightly stimulated, including physiological pleasure. This activity increases blood circulation to the brain and helps activate the hippocampus, the area directly related to memory and reflexes. A study at Rutgers University, 2013, showed that older people with moderate physiological activity have 12 to 15% better memory in simple tests, and nearly 20% faster reflexes when dealing with everyday situations. So physiological release is not just for young people. It is part of lifelong health. If understood correctly, done correctly, and kept within the right limits, it will become a natural medicine to help older people live healthier, sleep deeper, and be happier. We have just explored together the clear benefits when a middle-aged or elderly person maintains the habit of releasing physiology in a reasonable and proactive way. However,
Visit the positive side.
there are also special times and situations when you should not, or need to temporarily stop doing this. That is not because this behavior is bad, but because your physical and mental health is at a sensitive stage. If you are not careful, you can accidentally make your body more exhausted, or fall into a state of dependence without realizing it. So, when should you not release physiology? Elderly health experts have pointed out some important cases as follows. First, when you are in the process of treating severe cardiovascular disease. Diseases such as myocardial ischemia, coronary artery stenosis, arrhythmia, heart failure, or a history of stroke, all make the heart very sensitive to rapid contractions and sudden increases in blood pressure. Physiological release, even if it is a personal behavior, still makes the heart beat faster, blood pressure fluctuates, and the sympathetic nervous system is active. If the heart is weak, the risk of angina, fainting, or recurrence of complications is very high. Many doctors advise only continue this behavior when permitted by a cardiologist, and when the body has recovered stably. Second, when you are experiencing serious psychological problems, prolonged sadness, loss of interest in everything, isolating yourself, anxiety disorders, or depression, are signs that you are in a state of mental imbalance. At this point, if you use physical release as a way to avoid emotions, it will gradually turn into a compulsive repetitive behavior. It is no longer a natural physiological need.
Bu a tout copé with emptiness inside.
What is the danger? The more you do it, the more you feel temporarily relieved. But then the more empty, bored, and want to do it again. It is a cycle of psychological dependence. It is very difficult to escape if you do not recognize it early. Third, when you have started to overuse it. If you relieve yourself too often, for example, more than twice a day, continuously for many weeks or months, accompanied by symptoms such as full-body fatigue after each time, insomnia, loss of concentration, irritability if not relieved, not eating, not exercising, reducing communication with relatives, then this is no longer a natural behavior, but a sign of physiological behavioral addiction. Experts call this phenomenon sexual behavior disorder, a type of repetitive behavioral control disorder, which needs to be consulted and adjusted. So what level is safe? Doctors advise that healthy elderly people, mentally stable, without serious illnesses, should maintain a level of relief of about 2 to 3 times per week. This is enough to regulate hormones,
Support sleep.
create a feeling of psychological comfort, and most importantly, not cause fatigue, not affect the cardiovascular system and memory. Thus, physiological relief should not be completely eliminated, but should not be maintained at all costs. If your body and mind are having problems, understanding correctly is the way you protect your health in the most complete and kind way.
Dire rien.
Sex is not only an instinct, but also a natural part of human mental and emotional life. At any age, But more than pleasure, what helps us live fully in old age is understanding, balance,
En sincere feeling for yourself. When you understand your body.
know how to listen to your needs, and treat yourself with kindness. That is true happiness. If you feel this video helps you look back at yourself, or can help someone in need,
Leave a comment below. You can say what you think.
or simply share.
I understand myself a little better.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, so you don't miss out on honest, gentle videos about health, emotions, and life lessons specifically for older people.
Thank you for listening until the end.
Wishing you good health and peace every day. And see you in the next video.